You're like, I take it all back. I have
One
no
of the
interest in
cameras.
being-
One of the cameras.
That was like good stuff already, Lance.
That was live on Facebook.
Live on
Now
Facebook.
we're going live on Twitter
I
and
don't know what
Periscope
any of
and
this
Facebook.
means.
I don't believe you for a split second. All you people with the I don't understand what
You
it means.
people, you're attacking the Jews again,
Yeah,
right?
I'm attacking. Oh, I am a Jew.
Right,
I Jew.
Yeah, from Jamaica, right?
I'm a Jew from Jamaica.
The
You know,
frig
we
was
got
that?
a big contingency down there.
Drake? No,
Big
he likes Rasta. No, so there's a famous Jewish rapper. What's his name? You know, Lance.
Oh yeah, Matisyahu.
Matisyahu. My friend promotes
Matisyahu.
him. Matisyahu.
Matisyahu.
Do you know the
Yeah.
same guy who promotes Matisyahu promotes Andre Bocelli?
No.
Andre, oh, sure, your friend?
Yeah. So we can get you Matisyahu, we can get you Andre Bocelli.
Gotta get Andre
Andrea Bocelli. Like we used to.
And who's the other guy? There's another guy like his name is like Baba Ganoush or something like that. He comes in a small thing. He's not Baba Ganoush. He's named. No, he's like an old guy.
Baba Ganoush.
He's
named
named
great to get on.
I don't know what it is, but we'll get Baba Ganoush.
Yeah, let's get Baba Ganoush
He
on.
is really.
You should become Baba Ganoush.
Right. If I could co-host the
Like
show,
the big
I
fat
would
Jew,
legally
whatever.
change my name to Baba
People
Ganoush.
have like, what in the hell happened? So this is Larry Fish.
Hello.
Larry, tell people what you do.
This
you
is what
besides
I
everything.
listen, I don't know what I do. I'm trying to figure it out. My
Okay.
whole life has been
Yeah.
going through a phase.
All right.
Right? And my mom, who's 82, is still hoping.
It's true.
It is, right?
So as long as I know Larry.
Yeah, I've
the
always
only
been
one
going through a
laughing.
phase. People for
I know
years,
Larry.
before like there was like, databases on phones when you actually carried a book that you had to write addresses and
Yeah, remember
jerks in it.
that?
My friend said, I'm done with you. Because
Okay.
every 6 months I'd get a new job, I would change my address.
Right.
And it was like, it's too much paperwork.
Because you have the attention span of like
a
a
newt.
kneecap. Newts.
A newt.
Is what you
I
have.
don't know how long did you mean a newt?
But I don't even know. But
Not
that's
Newt
great.
Gingrich,
But
I was
that's
talking
not
about the
bad.
animal.
It's not bad. You probably have done everything. Look, you met Andre Bocelli. You met Matisyahu.
I was one of the founding team of Planet Hollywood. I got cursed out by Arnold Schwarzenegger
What?
personally.
That's amazing. Who
Because
else
I
could say
didn't
that?
bring his vegetable chips.
Oh, you were serving at your own restaurant?
No, but it's like, what else would he yell at me? It was a
Right,
much more
of
boring
course.
thing. It was because he didn't get enough dividend payments off his investment.
I don't even understand really what.
Well,
this
it
is
was
all about.
owned. It was owned by Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Oh, that's
Bruce
right.
Willis,
And then,
Sylvester
Sylvester Stallone
and Demi
also.
Moore. Lovely people.
Really?
Lovely people. We'll get them all on the show.
What's Hollywood really like? Why are they so like full of themselves? Why can't they all be down to earth?
Have you met Anthony Weiner?
Okay, is
Right?
that what it is?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? And have you met Hillary Clinton, with who I'm supporting, by the way, but have you met her? And have you met Bruce Willis, right? It's all the same thing. There's a dysfunction about wanting to get mass attention and love from people you don't know.
Okay.
And once you take the step off that cliff, it's addictive, more addictive than heroin, because I know,
Yeah.
more addictive than crack, and I know, and it's more addictive than baby aspirins, which I don't know, because they're chewably delicious, right?
They are good. The baby
No,
aspirins.
it's like your head, like I went out for drinks with Anthony Weiner.
You did?
True story.
Before,
And I have the
after?
pictures.
Right.
No, but truly, his son went to the same nursery school
Okay.
as my kid, and I like looked at him and said, "Why?"
Yes.
Right? And he made a plausible case for himself. Of course, we'd done shots already, so it was,
Right,
it was,
yeah.
and it was locker room talk.
Yeah, yeah.
But it actually wasn't locker room talk. It was.
Did you videotape it?
No, he
No,
wasn't.
they were on the Access
But I have a
Hollywood
picture.
bus.
I have a picture of us
I saw that
together.
on your Facebook.
Yeah. Well, what he said is like, the mistake that people do is they view me through the lens they view their friends and their family. I'm not. I'm insane. Like I live in front of the camera. My wife, she's a costume. My young niece does really love his son and take care of him. But like and so those people aren't automatically fed all the time with sick levels of attention. They go and seek it in any way they can.
Okay.
Right? Any way they can. His way was actually not as bad as some other people. Charlie Sheen, for example, right?
Well, that's the extreme.
Right. So we were doing the Planet Hollywood opening in Chicago, and we're doing very important things, getting over the press, everybody getting ready.
Yeah.
But somebody had to take care of Charlie Sheen's cocaine and prostitute needs.
Really?
It wasn't actually a line item on the budget. Let's say we just called it travel.
Get out.
So true story. So am I is it allowed to do this kind of stuff?
Why not?
I don't care.
It's your mouth.
You can come after me. I got nothing, by the way. So
You have an incredible personality.
or some people call it that.
I'm going to give that to you. I'm loving this.
Let's just say
Okay.
put those two things together.
Yes.
In a hotel room
Yes.
with, let's call him Charlie,
Okay.
right? And we to the woman.
Right.
And afterwards, she doesn't feel like she has enough money. She didn't get it. So he's one of the most world famous collectors of World Series rings.
Okay.
Maybe he left them out on the table. maybe she thought that was a gratuity. Maybe she disappeared off into Chicago, and maybe a guy, let's call him Larry, spent the night with the Chicago Police Department finding prostitutes and checking them for rings. And let's just say we found him. Yeah.
Wait, why would he leave him out? Is that a thing people do? Not that I know, because I don't have prostitutes.
Well,
generally.
like discipline and
He was showing off.
you know, he's not that kind of guy, right? He's blatant disregard for
Okay.
organization,
Wow.
right? He doesn't use a daytime. That's
Yeah.
a bad reference. We don't use daytime. Hi, Lance.
How you doing, man?
I love Lance. I mean, I
Well,
really do.
that's quite
Lance.
a life that you.
Yeah.
That is like the underbelly that you really got a chance to see that none of us ever get to see.
Yeah, and you know what? It makes you want to live in a small hut in Wisconsin.
But you don't.
I don't, because
You're on a rooftop in Midtown
and
Manhattan.
and I saw your shows, and the other people got much more sunny days.
Now, trust me when I tell you, you won out.
No, I do, because actually this is the best light. They say
Look how good he looks.
Yeah, they say that early morning, when the street is wet and the lighting, that's what we do.
That's the best light.
Yeah. Or they say for women, it's candle and or moon.
Is the best light? I don't know anything
And I
about
don't
that.
know, candle and moon.
Candle and moon.
Candle and moon.
Okay.
Candle and or moon. I think Fred Drescher said that up in now.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're at a place I don't really get, but I'm following. Like I'm hanging out for dear life.
I never really know where we're going.
No,
That's-
but that's the beautiful.
that's the challenge.
That's what I love about this conversation.
It is.
Okay, so now
you had a diet. You're in a diet. So I have a diet.
Ah, that's so
I
boring. You
have a
want to hear
diet.
about, let me hear
I have
about
a
your diet.
It's called the Tinder Diet.
Okay.
Right. So you go on Tinder.
Yes, and this is what I'm fascinated about.
Yeah.
Love Tinder.
Well, number one, I'm pissed at
Okay.
Tinder. I'm pissed at Tinder.
You hate Tinder.
You know why? Because everybody on there wants a serious relationship now.
Nah.
They start with, I'm not here for hookups or one-night stands. Well, why are you on Tinder?
Right.
Right? There's plenty of other forums for that.
Yes.
Right? And number one, Tinder, you get great exercise.
Yeah. Sure.
Really great.
Or carpal tunnel.
Look at my wrists.
Right.
Um,
The muscles are bulging.
Well, we don't
For a
go there
different
here.
reason.
So
For
we
our
go onto Tinder and we hook up with a woman or a man or a woman or man, I think, most on Tinder.
There are some women or men on.
And there actually are. The transgender are
Right,
really
big-
out there.
big on
And,
Tinder.
yeah,
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
good.
Yeah.
Not nothing wrong with it. Jump on in.
Yeah.
Right? Try everything.
Get in there.
Like, you really only know if it's going to work if you got to try. My kid doesn't like vegetables.
Okay.
I'm off town. I'm going to go back to the diet. So my kid doesn't like vegetables. So his teacher said, with food, he's got to try it and not like it 4 times before he can really say he doesn't like it.
How old is he?
6.
Okay.
Yeah. God, yeah. He's having a very normal childhood, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so back to the Tinder. So you do this, right? Then you fall in love. You fall really deeply in love.
You're in.
Right? And you commit your heart, right? And you break up like in an instant, like
Right.
Lance and his marriages. You just
All
break
of
up in an instant.
All of
and
it.
then you go into deep depression. You don't eat for 6 months. Bam.
That's the Tinder
The
diet.
Tinder diet. It's the heartbreak diet. No, because the heartbreak diet is amazing, right?
It is.
Because
It actually is, and all kidding aside, it's the best diet
it takes no discipline whatsoever, right?
because you just have no interest.
You have no interest in food,
Right.
Right. And the problem with most diets is they don't kill the interest for food, right?
Which is really at its core.
And in some diets, because they regulate your food, they actually make food more desirable. Because the minute I tell you can't have something,
I want it.
you want it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens with diets,
Right.
right?
You know what? Like for all the craziness, you're actually making a very good
I'm
point.
really.
Yeah.
Riff me on any subject.
I mean, you really are.
So I just read a study.
Okay.
A study that this is the most exciting thing in the world. So the federal government released a study
Yes.
that says we don't have to floss anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's a waste of time,
Yeah.
right?
Tell
Just
me.
let that crap gather up your teeth. It's no day. But like what's so amazing from that is like love these studies, right? So maybe a study will come up and say that I don't have to wash my hands when I go to the bathroom anymore, or maybe condoms a waste of time, or how about peeing in a public swimming pool helps the public health.
Are you?
I'd win a Nobel Prize for that, by
What?
the way.
Wait, what are these things you want to be true?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So like think of the world, right?
Okay,
Think of the world.
fair,
So like,
sort of.
why is chocolate cake fattening and broccoli is good for you? It could have it could have just been the other way around.
Right.
Put down that broccoli.
Yeah.
Eat some more cake, Johnny.
Yeah.
But why are the things that we love the most and we desire most, they have no self-control, are also the worst things for us? Right? It's the only thing in the world that says that there's a God who hates us.
Yeah.
Because it could have been different.
Could have been.
Like multiple sex partners at the same time, that could be, well, it was religion in some places.
It was like, I
right?
mean, they originally had it right. Like, Jacob had 4 wives.
4 wives.
I think that was a good trillion years ago.
Right, but that was before the people messed around with the Bible.
It was.
And they changed the Bible, and
do you think he had those 4 wives together?
he did.
Yeah,
At the same,
time.
At the same time, but were they all in the bed together?
This is what Larry wants to know.
So it's not like he had 4 wives and visit each one tent. And he said, "You're off, Jacob."
What was
Monday,
their?
Wednesday,
What was
There's a
their?
Monday, Wednesday,
Thursday.
Tuesday thing, and Friday was like, woohoo! The Sabbath, woohoo! All
It's
4.
actually a little like, I mean, I'm way out there on the heretic scale. Like, I actually believe that Moses, on some level, like, he didn't have enough pigs to share with everybody.
Yeah.
After having bacon, like that was my only theory. But I don't.
Lance and Larry, everybody. Lance and Larry.
I
don't
love
know.
Lance Lafer. Lance Lafer
Okay.
broke me out of my world, and it's all his thing.
Wait, I still don't even know.
What I
You
do.
would never believe that this guy is as wildly successful as
No,
he
it's
is.
okay,
Not
so-
that I wouldn't believe it,
Right.
but you downplay
Guess
it.
what
You're so funny.
Guess what my first job was in life?
I couldn't.
You can think of.
Natalie says you're making some good points, by the way.
Again, Natalie, this is like, it's rambling, but I'm brilliant. What else do you want to talk about, Natalie? You know, we need to talk about the problem of today, right? It's tribal. Like, this stuff is tribal,
Yeah.
right? Every natural instinct of a human being is tribal. You go to your school, you have your family, you have the sports team that you love, you have where you shop, you're Democrat or Republican. It's all tribal, right? But everybody wants to be an individual. Right, so it's these 2 contradicting things, and at the end of the day, your natural impulse puts you with your tribe, and that's anti-intellectual, and that's how we get the rises of all these hate groups and stuff, because our tribal gut feeling, which is based on survival, right? You got to a tribe, so the other tribes wouldn't kill you, and the saber-toothed tiger wouldn't carry you away, and the group would feed, and you'd feed the people that didn't go hunting, cooked. It's like my grandmother Betty, right? We'd hunt and she'd cook.
Yeah.
And complain. She cooked and complained with her brisket. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where was I talking? So the tribal shit is anti-intellectual, and it gets the ghost. And that's like, why do we want to make America white again? Right? It's because that tribe is being fractured so to its core.
Yeah.
Right? What? You can let in Mexicans. What? Islam's practice of religion. They're freaking out. What?
Yeah.
North Carolina, you can have transgender bathrooms. I've had enough.
Right.
That's the white male Christian tribe, which is number 70% of this country.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not, yeah.
Am I talking about anything here? Oh, you tell me what I went to. Oh, so what was my job? My first job.
I don't even know
out
what
of
the hell I'm
college.
doing.
No, tell me what my first job was. Think of the most boring, horrible thing in the world for someone to go through college and get a job doing.
A telephone operator.
Close. I was a CPA.
Oh my
I did
God.
tax returns and financial planning.
Really? You?
Yes, Miss Wolf.
Did you have this personality? Because that would have really like.
I did for 5 years.
Did.
Yeah.
And then Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood. So what happened was one of my big clients was a big restaurant company in Atlanta, Georgia, and I kind of got the bug. And then one day I read about a group of people in New York putting together a restaurant concept about celebrities. I said, that's cool. I always wanted to live in New York, and
But how in the world do you go, oh, hey, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. Hey, my name's Larry. I'll be investing with you. Let me know when I show up.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
I did that to them. So what I've done, and this is the natural me, but the CPA thing was very buttoned down. So I figured the yin and yang of my life is the zany, uncontrollable, unfiltered riffing. Oh, I'm a really smart guy. Like, I have this very analytical side, and I'm very detailed, and I see when this needs to be this.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
So after the restaurant thing, I went into advertising. I worked for McCann Erickson and did crazy advertising. I worked with Lance Lafer.
That's
Lance
insane.
and I launched .coms together.
That's insane.
Right? We lost a lot of people's money.
Lance.
We lost a lot of people's money.
Lance, this needs to work, my friend.
Right.
This needs
But you know
to
what?
work.
And let me tell you honestly. You know what? Lance is amazing at doing it. Better than anyone else. He sees 10 years ahead, but he doesn't figure out how to get to the 10 years. Like, he's so ahead. He's so ahead
Yeah.
that he gets there and done, and they catch up 10 years later, but he's on to the next thing.
Okay, well, that's what I ask about every day. I was like,
Right.
you can't leave until I pay my mortgage.
But anyone I meet that has, I always say, you got to meet Lance Lafer.
I do too. I do too.
Because, now when I met Lance Lafer, he was an Orthodox Jew.
Oh yeah,
Like, he,
he's
had he had this stuff coming out of his
He
thing.
did? He's so far from that.
And now that he's getting older, it's a shame, because if he still wore the yarmulke,
Yeah.
he would hide his bald spot.
He doesn't have. Do you have a bald spot, Lance?
I have a little.
Yeah. So I actually think that's how yarmulkes were invented. It's like old
protect the
Jews
bald.
to cover, and not even they didn't have the ozone issue, so it only was for sunscreen. I think it was purely vanity. But now it's great for preventing bald guy sunscreen.
It's in the perfect spot.
It has SPF 100 again.
Right. George Costanza should have been born a Jew.
Does the yarmulkes have SPFs?
They should make a
They
You know what I
actually
really
have
hate?
clothing that have
You know what I
SPF.
really hate right
I
now?
have no
is
idea.
what's a crowdsourcing nonsense, right? So I was reading this thing. What was it? GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
I called something else, but it's,
Yeah.
that I won't say.
You can say it.
No,
if you
I'm
want
not
to.
going to say it.
Do not say that thing.
I'm not going. Oh, because you told me I can say it.
You know, you're like a 6-year-old boy. That's what you are.
That's why his son and I get along.
Yeah,
so
I
well.
would imagine. You have Connor laughing. Connor never laughs.
Because you're like that generation, right? So like you want to take cooking classes, I'm supposed to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
If you want to climb Mount Everest, right,
Yeah, you pay.
I'm supposed to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like if you need a new kidney,
Yeah.
I'll help that kidney.
Can I just stop for a second and say I don't know what the hell's going on?
But here's my
I don't know what we're talking
Here's my
about.
point.
I don't even know what's.
I'm launching a new website, right? Because you know Kickstarter.
real?
You know Kickstarter?
Yes.
So what Kickstarter is, you have a great idea,
Yeah.
you get it out there,
And then you have
it's
everyone else
really
pay for it.
Right, right. So my idea, so I'm launching Ass Kicker. Right? So if you get an idea, not if the idea, if the idea is really bad, me and a bunch of my friends go over to their house and kick the shit out of them.
Okay.
Kick, Ass Kicker.
Yes.
Kickstarter Ass Kicker.
Kickstarter.
This is actually, you've been working on this idea for a while.
Yes, I have been.
You mentioned this to me 6 months ago.
I still have the domain name. My original domain was Punch Ender, Kickstarter Punch Ender, but I went to Ask Kicker. But then I had to get .io because
Like, you've been really working on this idea.
I don't sleep, by the way.
No, I don't
really.
think you have.
I don't really sleep.
No.
Okay, so after the advertising thing,
Yeah.
I went back in the restaurant business for a little while.
Did you already gloss over when you basically ran Planet Hollywood?
Yeah. Well, mostly I was chasing Charlie Sheen's prostitutes around.
I mean, that's
around
insane.
Chicago.
Like, do you have another Planet Hollywood story? That was such a good one.
Let me see. Yeah, but I can't tell. I can. Here's a good one.
Like the Charlie Sheen one.
Here's James Belushi.
Okay.
Let's call him Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay. John Belushi's younger, less talented brother.
Okay.
Right. If James would have done the drugs that John did, maybe we would have seen. No. So we did Planet Hollywood Aspen
Okay.
in the middle of ski season. So it was a free ski trip.
Yes, it was.
And all the celebrities wanted to go there because it was a free ski trip. Most of them there anyway. So not John, he was Jimmy decided that he wanted to rent a snowmobile
Okay.
and go off into the hinterland. Jimmy was like on this thing for about 5 or 10 minutes until he hit a tree and destroyed this like $5,000 piece of equipment. Now he was on Planet Hollywood money, so like we had to go pay for the thing.
Right.
And then like, what should we do with it? We owned this trash. So we hung it on the ceiling and said it was from a movie. Totally true story.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't from a movie. It was from 10 minutes ago.
It's from 10 minutes ago.
Right?
That
sounds funny as Charlie Sheen
doesn't
with it.
suck to be a celebrity sometimes.
No.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, I can't go there either.
Give me the Demi Moore story.
She's lovely.
Is she?
She's so lovely.
I have no idea whether you're telling me the truth. or
No,
not.
this one is like, I don't have a bad thing to say about Debbie Moore.
Really?
And you know how you can tell, truly, you can tell because it's a restaurant, you can tell people's true spirit by how they wait, how they deal with servers.
Okay.
How do you deal with servers? Like, Demi would like, excuse me, can we get,
Yeah.
oh, thank you. It's like the little things, like truly. I can't come up with a negative thing. She's a delightful human being.
That's great to
Yeah.
hear. I actually really like
John
that.
Voight, delightful.
Really?
Even, I don't really go into his politics lately, but as a, yeah.
That's so random.
Delightful. I just remember because this girls are so rare.
Yeah.
So you notice.
Yeah.
The
Of
ones who
course,
are really
when
rare.
someone's really nice.
You notice the exception.
Yeah.
Right? It was a great time. But listen, Planet Hollywood, and then I did a thing called a Motown Cafe, which was the same thing like Planet Hollywood. It was the Motown people.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see.
I don't know it.
Remember the Temptations and the Four Tops?
No,
and-
I've heard of the
Right,
music. I
Stop.
don't know the restaurant in the name of love.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had one in New York, we had one in Las Vegas, we had one in Orlando, and 2 in Japan. And then the end of the 90s, the theme restaurant industry
That was
crashed. Crashed. Like
Yeah.
Planet Hollywood truly came crashing to earth.
Yeah, that was it.
And then I met Lance Lafer,
And your whole life changed.
and my whole life changed.
No, then you started at .com.
Yeah.
You're so ridiculously successful.
No.
at it.
Well, so my legacy of that early age is I crashed Planet Hollywood. Right? Lance and I lost all our investors' money in the internet. So I was in theme restaurants and internet. And my dad said, "Tell me what you're going to do next, because I want to short that industry."
Right.
We blew up the whole internet.
Truly,
Right.
he said, "Tell me what you're going to do next, because I wouldn't. It's like it's got to be a short there.
Lance, you make me very nervous right now. I got to tell you, very
Sorry,
nervous.
man.
No, I'd go to work for Lance in a heartbeat.
Really?
But I would demand cash up front.
Shoot.
Right. But I
Beautiful.
would, and I would.
He's like, thank God I don't have to, but I would. But I'm not going to, but I would.
And my point being,
Is
I don't have a.
shoot.
So the diet,
Yes.
circus peanuts, nothing but circus peanuts.
Really?
It's the most unnatural food on the planet.
Why?
It's made entirely of artificial coloring.
No peanuts on the diet, by the way,
No
Lance.
peanuts.
Anything but
No
peanuts.
peanuts.
All nuts but peanuts.
No, because and actually, truly, one of the other projects I'm working. So right now, what am I doing?
No idea.
I'm hanging out with you, having a really good time.
That's the only thing I know for sure,
yeah.
is that you're sitting next to
That's
me.
what I'm doing.
I've never lost such control of an interview in my entire life.
I have never done anything like this. I mean,
You and me both,
I
my
do
friend.
stand-up comedy, but I've never talked to someone who I just met with camera with Lance.
Yeah, with Lance.
With Ralph.
He was watching. You've never done this, very, very private
Well,
thing with Lance watching.
There was once.
Oh.
But that's, yeah.
Shoot, really? Is that why he's divorced?
I don't know, Lance, he's so lovable, right? I
He's very lovable.
If you would, right?
Marry Lance?
Yeah.
We would, but our teams are playing each other in the World Series. Our teams are not in the same conference.
She's on the other team.
That's no, I know that, but truly, do you?
First of all, 1 second.
No, do you-
Natalie actually saying that her daughter is 8 years old and doesn't believe you actually talk to me and is watching. So just you have an 8-year-old watching you. So,
Okay.
just to sort
I have a
of calm-
6-year-old at home. He watches me all the time, and mostly says, "Dad, you're embarrassing me. Dad, you're embarrassing me."
So she wants you to give a shout out to Tolly.
Hey, Tali, that's a great name.
And
That was a-
Rebecca
that
says
was a
she loves
shout
this guy.
How do you want me to do a shout out?
Tally!
There's a-
You, Tally!
What do I know from a
A
shout
shout
out?
out. A shout out. So, hey, man.
I was like saluting her. Okay, so now you've done.
Okay, so now.
Gosh, you like rub elbows with Hollywood. You,
Yeah,
you
right.
worked at one of the biggest advertising firms in the country. You did all these .coms. You're doing stand-up comedy. Like, what are you?
Well, Lance said, just come and be yourself today. I said, hey, I don't exactly who that is.
You, that's me.
You don't know what a tough thing you just asked me to do.
Seriously?
Because I think this is myself.
Yeah?
Like, I have, like, when I said, I'm going to be unrestrained today.
Good.
Right? So I'm just going to let it. So that's me, right?
Yes.
So the other thing that I do, that's me under control. But that's control.
But like, is there a Larry that will sit down with the team and say, this is how we're going to brand this, this is what we're doing, this is where our investors are coming in, this is where we're going to get the money from?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm doing 10 startups right now.
Startups.
So
10.
10. One is called /keyboard. It's the most amazing keyboard on a phone that you can just do. It takes over your phone, either iOS or Android, and you never leave. The keyboard becomes your gateway. You don't have to leave the conversation, whether it's text, email, or chat, to search and share. So you want to find something on Giphy? You don't got to go to Giphy. You go from the keyboard to Giphy and automatically put it in the email. Bam!
Oh my God, I really
You're
wish
gonna
I knew
try
what you were
this.
talking about.
Do you
I don't even know
like-
what Giphy is.
Do you know what a GIF is?
Yes.
It's a picture that.
Yeah.
Let's make a GIF.
That's so annoying. But yeah, I love, yes.
Yes,
I saw him all night last night while I was watching the debate. Everyone had a different GIF. You know?
So as a society, we keep advancing,
Right.
right? So we started. Do you know what the Rosetta Stone was?
Yes.
Right. The Rosetta Stone.
Sucker. Spent $400 on Spanish Rosetta Stone.
No.
Nothing for it.
When I'm talking, do you know why it was named the Rosetta Stone?
It was after.
The Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I once said, I didn't know who she was.
It's not a woman.
I know that now.
It's not like Rosa Parks.
I didn't know
right?
that
Rosetta
then.
Parks and Rosetta Stone.
Not the same thing.
Different.
Okay.
One in the back of the bus, front of the bus. One opened language to civilization.
Okay, explain.
Not
I learned about the Dorian Gray yesterday. Every day I'm going to learn something new.
I am the portrait of
Dorian Gray?
Yeah, except my picture looks great. My face is.
Wait, what's that
The
Gray's Anatomy.
No, the other
Portrait
Gray.
of Dorian Gray's Anatomy.
Gray.
Done all through X-rays.
Mr. Gray, Dr. Gray, Gray.
Gray, let's
Come
go.
on, what the very, very seedy, sexy book that was written?
Oh, Gray.
Oh, Gray's
50
Gray.
Shades of
50
Grey.
Shades of Grey. That's what I thought he was talking about the entire interview.
Mine is
Oh,
50.
not Dorian.
I
Oh, you
didn't even know
thought
what
Dorian Gray.
I thought Dorian Gray was from the
50.
from 50 Shades of Grey. I never even. I was so lost yesterday.
My life is 50 Shades of Grey.
He said Oscar
Page.
Wilde.
No,
He said-
only after I said, "Tell me about Dorian."
Oh,
Gray.
you're at the end of
Oscar
the.
Wilde didn't write 50 Shades of Grey.
I know I'm all over the place, but not as all over the place as I am right now.
Let's
My
go back
brain.
to Rosetta Stone.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so the Rosetta Stone, and I'm not. It was a stone.
Yeah.
An actual piece of thing. Stone.
Okay,
Right?
stone.
Stone. And it had multiple languages, the same phrase written in like Aramaic and in Sanskrit and in hieroglyphics. So it was the first, like, because they knew a little bit of both. So it was like this, this thing. They figured out multiple languages, how to translate ancient languages from this Rosetta Stone, right? Why was I talking about Rosetta Stone?
I have no
There was a
idea.
reason I talked about the Rosetta Stone.
You were talking about your 10 startups.
Oh, right.
The keys.
The keys.
Gift.
Oh, yes. So it started with, oh, thank you,
I got nervous there for a
because
second.
sometimes
We're never going to get
you
back.
might find this surprising, but sometimes I lose my track of
No,
thought.
this is the first I'm hearing of this. This is shocking to me.
So the Rosetta Stone unleashed language, the ways for like societies to communicate, because they did it. So, and then the written word became very important.
Right. Sure, obviously.
Who invented the printing press?
Oh,
Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg invented. No,
Right, and then he went to do those wonderful police academy movies.
And he was in Diner.
He was in Diner
Did you see Diner?
150 times. Kevin Bacon was in Diner.
Oh boy.
Right? We're not gonna go down.
No,
For my generation, Diner is like the best movie
Yeah,
ever.
it's every line is perfect. So let's talk about that.
It's literally.
So Steve
What's better?
Gutenberg-
What do you think is better? This is like your area of expertise.
Yeah.
Seinfeld or Diner?
Oh, there's no comparison.
It's tough because Seinfeld is brilliant, and he is my
My hero.
he's my hero. So when Seinfeld crafts a joke, like no comedian in the world crafts as perfect joke as Jerry Seinfeld. Like he uses the minimum amount of words to say the funniest thing. Like he's like, you listen to every line of Jerry Seinfeld, and there's not a wasted syllable.
Interesting.
I once saw him talk, explaining that he had a joke and it ended with monkeys and sticks. Chimps and sticks are funnier. Chimps are funnier than monkeys. Monkey has 2 syllables, chimp has 1. Shorter words, funnier. Monkeys with sticks, chimps with sticks. Which is funnier?
I guess chimps and sticks.
Yeah. But you can't compare a movie and a sitcom. But Diner was so pure.
But here, just for Jenna's benefit, you would have to think about what's better, Diner or Seinfeld.
Yeah.
That's how good Diner is.
I can't. I haven't answered because I still.
Right, so
we'll go
Seinfeld,
see it
Steve
together.
Gutenberg.
So Steve Gutenberg.
By the way, decaf. You want
What?
some decaf next time?
I used to run a coffee company, by the way.
Right.
It was called Stem Street Coffee. I never drank coffee until I went to work for this coffee company because I didn't know what other advice in my life. And so I made it to 40 without ever having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And then I was in the plant one time.
The coffee plant.
I've had a few cups this week. But actually,
Wow.
I don't need it.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Sadly, I'm.
Yoda says you're perfect, you're hilarious, and that Jenna, your reactions to Larry are perfect.
Oh, they are? Because I don't even know what.
You don't know what's going on.
right
Steve
now.
Gutenberg
Yeah.
invented the printing press. No, but the Gutenberg Bible was the first printed document. It was the Bible, of course.
Okay.
Right. So written word was very important. So as society developed, right, things went from writing and printing, and the written word has become very important, right?
Yeah.
Right, yes.
But but we went from hieroglyphics. The first writing was cartouches. Do you know what a cartouche is?
A map.
No,
That's a cartographer.
Cartographer,
That's
same root.
right.
Did you take Latin?
I don't
You're
know
a Jew.
what that
You're not
is.
taking- So we're gonna get back to
Where
your
did you go to school?
Jamaican Jew shit later. What? Sorry for the 6-year-old. You've said shit before, right? It's not a bad word. Words aren't bad.
And we will all go down.
No, but words.
together.
See, no, words aren't bad. Right? It's like intent is bad. No, it's a word. It's letters, but it goes to the same thing of the Gutenberg pattern. So, but look where we've come. So we've gone civilization, printing presses, publications, billboards. Everything's about written, right? The web, when it first launched, it didn't even have graphics. It was just about words.
Right.
Right. And now we're going to after years of civilization, we're going back to right. So
Yes.
we're going back to Egypt. We're going back to hieroglyphics. We are going to lose speaking because you can say more by this. Right, then hi, how are you? Let's get to know each other. So we're going to a symbolic language. The good thing about it is internationally we're able to communicate.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to take high school French.
Right.
Did you take high school French?
I did.
How'd you do?
I did really well, but I grew up speaking French.
Oh, okay. So
I grew up out of the country, but you can make fun of me. I probably won't understand it. Say it.
I don't speak French.
Oh, where was the joke though?
I was going to see that you really didn't know how to speak French.
Oh, I don't
took
know.
high school French.
Oh, I took high school Spanish. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say.
No, my point being is that when we get to a purely representational language, pictures and signs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
emojis, we will have international communication.
But what does this have to do with the new app you're creating?
Nothing. No, it has to do with the fact that we're building stuff to communicate.
Okay.
So the new app helps communicate. So more people are using the app to share pictures and emojis and GIFs than they are to selling Google links for a restaurant that they have to read a menu. We're losing importance of the word, and we're going to symbols. So like we're going to become a very communicative world, but we're going to be friggin' idiots.
Oh my God.
Like
well,
you can't write "Catcher in the Rye" in emojis.
No,
Trust
you
me,
can't.
I've tried. Yeah, it's like,
Right.
I mean, well, some things. You
Is that where we're going? Communications via
Yes.
emoji?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Yoda actually has the answer to our question from this morning because I keep on mispronouncing it.
Her name is Yoda?
Well, I'm going to read it, and you guys will explain it to me. Lance, on the name, the I is silent. It's not Y-I-O-T-A. Essentially, it's Yota, like Yoda with a T instead of a D. Just
Then
an
spell it right, Yoda! I'm sorry.
So sorry, Yoda.
Yoda, we don't know
sorry.
where we found him.
No,
Like,
like,
question.
no, but I have
I only know him for 20 years.
no, but I have an inherent anger in us. Like you see it, right? It's like I love people. I really
Yeah.
get along, but there is a like.
I know. Oh, I see it.
Right?
I see it. Yeah.
What I do is I spend my life trying to focus that. On the good.
How hard are you trying?
Not so much now. I mean, I've been known to try on occasion. What are we talking about? So, startup.
New
So, okay,
idea.
listen, and now, can I put my business hat on?
Please.
Watch this.
Sure.
I'm going to change
me
characters.
see.
The future.
The future is not ours to see, is it?
No, the future is that very early on, I'm going to teach you one thing. You're going to learn so much from
I
this.
can't imagine how much I've already learned.
So we started as an agrarian society, right? Farms and planting, right?
Yeah.
So it was the land. We worked the land. So it was just he. I was going to say he or she, but it wasn't. It was he.
He.
He who owned the land owned commerce, owned control, owned title, owned. Then we went to the Industrial Revolution, right? Where he who owned the factories, the means of production, the railroads, the means of transportation, and the oil, the fuel, owned the world, right? Then we switched to the information age, right? Still mostly he at this point, right? So your Jobses and your Microsofts and like so now he who builds the information architecture now becomes the millionaire. Well, actually, we're leaving because they've built all the architecture, right? Now we're gonna have continued improvements. Yeah, maybe Apple will. Apple's taking the headphone jack off of the iPhone 7.
Is this a joke? Am I being like punked or something?
What do you think of them taking the headphone jack off the iPhone 7?
There's the iPhone.
I'm trying to.
I think it's a jack off.
Okay.
It is. They've taken the jack off. And you see, no, the guy comes out and says, that's not a bad word. So the guy came and said, Apple, we are going to take the jack off our headphone.
And everybody laughed.
No, he said, this is an act of courage. Courage. It was like the cowardly line. Courage. And my nephew's in the Marines. Like, that's courage, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one's giving a Congressional Medal of Honor
To the iPhone people for taking the jack.
But you will get a Purple Heart if you get the Galaxy 7 Note.
Oh yeah.
I'm hit! Right? So that Purple Heart, right?
That was good. You got that. I will give that one to you. That was good.
Okay, so back to...
We're running low on time. So.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm
Please,
gonna wrap it up.
Make it all come together.
I'm gonna bring it together.
I
am gonna bring
this
this together.
is gonna be
No.
the true
Okay,
sense of
okay.
genius,
And I
not
truly
the
believe
genius.
this because it's all gonna come on. Communications, Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Okay, that was. We were talking about communication, Rosetta Stone, diet, health, and symbols, right?
Yeah.
I'm breaking down the borders, international communication, tribal. The tribal.
Syria.
This is Syria.
Yeah.
You know why Syria is happening?
Because it's serious.
That was very punny.
Yeah. Go
Funny.
on. It's very funny. Go on.
Like every border between country and human is artificially created. Freeway, right? Most wars are my God could kick your God's ass.
Yeah.
Guess what? Same God.
Same
If there
God.
is a God,
Right.
not a God, we're all in this crap together.
Yes.
Better pull together.
Right. But no one subscribes to that.
But how simple is that?
You're right, but no one
You believe
subscribes
someone
to it.
believes that I have a God, and He's only the God for me. You can't have this God.
I know, it's crazy.
Because you don't read this book.
It's the history of conflict
Right.
in our civilization.
Right? Skin
Religion.
color.
Yeah.
Right? I go to Florida for the winter. I come back to the bus.
Right.
I don't know. They don't do that anymore. But no, it's a skin color. It's crazy.
You're
Right.
so funny.
But it's insane, right?
It is
Okay, I got to
insane.
wrap it up. So my point is,
Yes.
where are we going, right? I took the information. What's next? The next is I call it the fiber connective world. And this is exactly what you guys are doing. This is why Lance, truly, because Lance told me his ideas years ago, and then I simplified them and make a lot more money off it.
Please
He does.
help us make
So,
a lot
like,
more money off
the
of
world is still very big.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to make really big money,
Yes, please.
L'Oreal, right?
Right.
You know, General Nutrition,
Yes.
right? Big brands.
Okay.
That's the only people who have the money, right? But the only way that L'Oreal and General Nutrition can connect with humans, real humans, is through you. Connect the fiber. So you are an important influence in this world. And you know what? You're very authentic, and you have a real voice.
Thank you.
Right? And they could pay you for that as long as you don't compromise. Like, if anybody comes here and says, Jenna, we want you to sell circus peanuts, we're going to pay you a bucket load of cash to do circus peanuts? No, no, no.
But that's not what Lance. Well, we'll talk
I'll
about
sell
it.
circus peanuts.
No.
Lance
Well,
will sell anything.
anything with a disclosure, right? So then when you say, today's program, Jenna Wolf, brought to you by Circus Peanuts. They're orange, right? You know, so you can do anything. It's like the artificial divide between publishing, advertising, and editorial is nonsense. It's all commerce driven, right? There's no liberal media bias. There's commerce media bias. Whoever pays the most
Yeah.
gets it. It has nothing to do with left and right. The world's not. So what we need to do is we need to find authentic, empowering,
Are you listening, Lance?
especially
Yes.
female voices. Guys are done. Done, 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 done.
I agree.
Done, 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 done.
Yeah.
The woman voice. There should be, if the Republicans would have run an intelligent female candidate, we wouldn't even have an election.
Correct.
We would say, hello, Mrs. President, but it wouldn't be Hillary. It would be,
So why didn't Carly Fiorina win?
well, she was bonehead. I said,
Larry Fish, everybody.
Hey,
All right, Larry.
Larry
okay.
Fish. Wait, when are you going to be performing?
Carol,
Let people
Carol,
know
actually,
when
just
they
a
can
few
see
things here. Carol says this guy's like Robin Williams, can't sit still, LOL. Natalie, who is the one whose daughter,
you. Tali.
she says she has heard it. I have broadened her horizons. Haha. She is not watching right
Does she
now.
need babysitting? I do. I'm still needing money. So
And Yoda says, talk to any Greek, it is correct. Let's go, buddy. I too can get on caffeine. Love this guy.
cool, Yoda.
All right.
Bring it on. No, she's not in Iowa though.
No, that was
No, that
somebody
was-
else.
This has been fun. This is the most fun I've had.
Like in the last half hour?
At least, yeah,
Easily.
yeah,
Easily.
Too.
You're very funny. You got a lot going on. Come help us blow this thing out.
Cool. Yeah, Will. This is the most fun I've had.
We need your brain.
Let's take a picture.
All right.
Yeah, that was fun. Hey, I'm Larry.
Tim, how are you?
You know who you look like? Obviously, you know, right?
My uncle Denny.
No, you look like no, Brad Pitt. And like,
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
No,
I see you, yeah.
oh, you know, your entire face. I literally told you 15 times.
I didn't know what this was about. I didn't know if it was like going to be made. Say contacts. I'm like, I don't know the reaction. I not really bad.
We don't have any makeup.
No,
But we can have, apparently you can find caffeine nearby.
Yeah, I said because I had the Vico's right across the street.
I'm much.
No, I didn't see him.
I'm
Now,
dumbfounded by it.
now he looks exactly like Brad.
Right?
Wow. No, it's right in the eyes and nose, like right in here.
Yeah.
Listen.
This is awesome.
I'm a hugger.
Jenna, you want to smile now? Okay, yeah.
Was that too much touching?
No, there's never no such thing.
I believe. Oh, it's not much.
Smile.
All right, I just need approval.
No, because he put 3 pictures on yesterday, and I was like, this.
Touch is the only sense that doesn't lie.
This.
You're right. Oh, that's perfect.
What's your
L-A-F-F.
How are
Hey,
you?
good. Hey, nice to
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough back to follow.
Just like right now.
Don't worry.
Especially at the meeting, you know.
Yeah.
It's
But so, I guess, I mean, I kind of see what we're doing. Like, just curious, how long is this going to be?
I really want it. 5 minutes, 20 minutes. And like, we'll just talk until I get
We're live.
your whole story and hear about you and
My mind is freaking free.
talk about what you do, what you're passionate about.
Good.
What you should. We went off the record.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Then we blew up, and then Obama and then we hit a trade.
Yeah.
And then after that there was a hurricane. And then there was a earthquake because they landed on the ground. And there was smoking. All that
Is that my
stuff.
Instagram?
Yes, that's, you have a picture of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
I have an account.
I like you guys. Friends, should I take a picture of the two of you?
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah.
What?
Should I take...
Take a picture too. I'll
Yeah.
selfie.
We'll wait for the next wedding.
You're going to be waiting.
You're not going to get married. You're not going to get married, right?
My
Please
brother
don't
will.
get married again.
I actually have people who will shoot me on
Lance
site.
is ridiculously successful at everything except marriage.
No, no. And apparently,
Remarried was like...
Actually, we were ahead.
But
We were ahead.
We were ahead. What's saying we've got a little.
Can we do it?
No, I got it.
Yeah, fix your hair, because that's the problem.
Both of us used to have a lot more hair.
It's
Yeah.
the same color now, though.
That's good.
All right.
Listen to his advice, Lance. He's got good advice for you.
He liked the shower.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I don't care how much he likes it. He's got
He actually thinks that there are people who give him pussy.
Now let's do it.
Oh. Also, for some reason, all my best friends in the world are lesbians.
There's nothing better. We're the best.
They're the best.
Because she's the best recruiter. She's actually. We were
My
actually.
roommate in college was Emily
Great
Saliers.
recruiter. Who?
Emily Saliers?
Guess I'm not that
You
good.
know, you ever heard of the Indigo Girls?
Yeah.
My roommate in college.
Get out of here. Shut the
She was
front
so straight.
door.
She was so straight when she went to school.
Stop
No,
it.
but next
We're
time-
lying.
Hayo's head was on the block. Brian was
Have you-
speaking up the truth. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
can
ever
do
hear-
every line of every song.
You ever hear the song Ghost?
Yes.
I'm Ghost.
Stop it. It's a really big deal. I could talk to you for
Well,
hours about that.
I'll find out. They're
I-
gonna be in town soon. I'll get them here.
Oh! That would be amazing.
What's happening is, oh, this is great. Emily is working.
He's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. That's
no,
not
no.
what I meant.
Emily is working on her first solo album.
Did they split up?
No.
Okay.
Just-
Yeah.
She's never done a
Is
solo
he the blonde or
album.
the brunette?
The blonde.
Okay.
Right. I know Amy as well, but Emily's my
Yeah.
closest friend.
Wow.
And she's gonna do a tour.
No,
well,
they're just too big.
Half or no, half,
No.
half, not too
They're
big.
big.
Maybe attention.
She's my friend.
I've been to see them in high school. Do you understand? Like,
Yes.
I've seen them
Were
like.
you straight then, or we were?
No, she was just intrigued. You missed the
I was
episode where she
intrigued.
talked about watching the Golden Girls, and she learned that her pickup line was.
Because that's on the Golden Girls. That's how Rose was hit on by playing just friends. So I thought that was the line they used.
Let's get to
so I
them.
went
Let's
up
get
to a
started.
woman and I
We'll
told
pick
her
this
I
up.
was
You gotta go.
hilarious.
We gotta figure. No,
Let's stop off for dinner one time.
Yeah. But I'll find when Emily's in town, and let's do a special.
We'll do an
thing.
Indigo
And-
show. We'll do 4 hours on the Indigo.
I would
Yeah.
do 4 hours.
And we could have it sponsored by moving companies.
You can get beer.
We get a job.
Mirror. All right.
Right
whatever.
up,
Yeah.
right out.
Yeah.
And then I know some. My friends are lesbians. I guess I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
I'm dumbfounded right now. That's amazing. I'm so impressed. Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hug you again because you really hug me. I guess I
He's
will.
gonna hug you again because he's a lesbian.
I am a lesbian.
His body.
If I
I hug
was,
you
a
'cause
woman,
I'm-
I'd be all over you.
God, thank you. That is the biggest compliment.
Yeah, it's true.
It really is. I can't believe how much you look like. I'm like,
You do.
Yeah, see, maybe it's the lighter.
let me get some water.
Screw it. Do I have to button this?
No, why don't you take it off?
What do you do?
I practice medicine.